An airsofter's primary weapon is a lot like a sword to a samurai. It's the main tool used to score hits on his enemy. Both the tool and the one who wields it evolve in the course of their time together, and each one is unique to the operator. That being said, there's a lot of talk about what the ultimate airsoft AEG is. Every beginner airsoft player has asked the exact same question at least once. What's the best gun on the market? I say, whatever AEG you use that feels the most like an extension of your own body is the ultimate AEG. For me, that AEG is the Systema PTW. The Systema PTW has long been lauded as the benchmark rifle of the sport, with a price tag to boot. But considering the cost of a ground-up AEG build that compares to the PTW, I say, why not go for the real deal to begin with? I wanted to take some time putting together a video that goes over the details of how I like to set up my rifle. Now, before you tell me that we've already seen a video like this before, I want to acknowledge that I have most definitely been inspired by Ronin from the Green Mountain Rangers. However, there are some key differences as you're about to see. First off, let's start with the rail. I'm a huge fan of BCM and I have a 10-inch alpha rail installed up front. I prefer as slick a setup as possible, and the key mod rail helps me achieve that. I can add key mod rail sections to dress up or dress down the rifle according to my specific needs, but mostly I run this rifle exactly the same way every time I play. I'm a huge believer in consistency and training as I fight. Being consistent takes the thinking out of using the rifle because it's the same every time you pick it up, and it just feels like home, like an extension of your body. That equates to better gameplay and more shots on target. On the business end of the rifle, I'm running a quick disconnect Knights Armament Company or KAC mock suppressor. Or not. Let me explain. For the most part, I do prefer to run the can because as a training tool, the additional length of the can on my short-barreled PTW equates to the overall length of my real steel AR, which has a 16.5-inch barrel. But if I decide to run an airsoft version M203 grenade launcher and shoot some of those awesome tag rounds, the can could add extra weight and bulk to the front end, in which case I might take it off. Directly behind the can, on a 3-inch Vism Picatinny rail section, is a brain exploder mount for a 25mm lens-modified Mobius camera. The camera acts as my kill cam, and I usually run it at outdoor games because lighting is better and it makes for an excellent cut point and allows me to show you guys kills in games. At the front end of my top rail, I'm running a Steiner D-Ball A3 in Desert Sand. This unit obviously goes hand in hand with my nods and allows me to have faster target acquisition at night. It's a civilian class, eye-safe infrared laser and illuminator with a visible green laser. I chose this unit over the standard PEC15 because I really preferred the switch layout and overall design. I felt it was easier for me to manipulate the onboard switch with my support hand side. And the unit is built as solid as a rock. I've mounted the unit as far forward as possible as to not have any obstructions, although both the laser and the illuminator will clear any backup iron sights. Speaking of which, you'll notice I'm not running any backup irons on this rifle. I just felt that the space was limited on the 10-inch rail, and I would sooner go to my backup rifle than I would backup irons if I had a malfunction with my primary sight system. The white light solution for this rifle setup is a Streamlight TLR1 HL in flat dark earth. This weapon light is also equipped with a remote switch back, which allows me to operate the light with a pressure switch, which I'll get to in a moment. The light itself also has a backup activation point on the remote switch, which I've filed down so I don't accidentally hit it during a transition. Besides replacing the stock lens with a custom-cut Lexan lens, I've added a yellow light filter from Speed QB. You may be asking yourself why I have a Speedsoft item on an otherwise tactical rifle. Well, I felt especially in dark areas that the raw white light, which punches out about 800 lumens, was almost too bright, and it messed with my adjusted night vision a bit too much. So I decided to give this a try, and it's still plenty bright enough to blind someone while not blinding me. It also gives my light a unique look as compared with others. One of the toughest challenges of setting up a completely ambidextrous rifle is the placement of the pressure activation switches. My main goal with this rifle was to be able to operate it in the exact same way on either my main side or my support side. What I came up with is a system that emulates a dual pressure pad unit, but with two separate pressure switches. One routes directly from the streamlight out to right behind the D-ball, and then the other from the D-ball to directly behind the first switch. This way, switching from white light to infrared is as simple as sliding my thumb back and forth between the two switches. This can easily be replicated on both sides of the rifle, with both hands. Both of the lines are tied down along the rail with mini zip ties and do not interfere with the handling of the rifle at all. As a matter of fact, I don't even know that they're there. The pressure pad for the D-ball did not come with a base, so I purchased an ErgoGrip tactical light switch mount and I attached it with plastic epoxy. Below the switches is a BCM KMR foregrip. This unit attaches directly via keymod and is my absolute favorite design foregrip. The slight bit of rear lean in the grip puts my hand in what I feel is the perfect position to grip the rifle. The best part is that it isn't too long or too short. It never gets in the way, but it's always there when I reach for it. And for me, I really just use the foregrip as a reference point. I'm never holding the grip completely, so only having a couple of fingers on it while I'm C-clamping is a perfect fit. The main optic of the rifle is an EOTech EXPS 3-0. As far as the EOTech platform is concerned, this has to be one of the most proven, most robust holographic sight systems on Earth. With a 68 MOA ring around a 1 MOA dot, it's incredibly easy and fast to get on target for airsoft engagement distances. This particular model is also raised to be able to get a lower third co-witness with iron sights, but mainly I find that feature useful because it comes on target quicker and I don't have to tuck so hard to get a sight picture. Now, some people may say that since the HoloSun 503C has come out, you have the best of both the EOTech and the Aimpoint worlds. However, I'm not sure a HoloSun could have withstood this drop. Yeah, that really sucked. But with a new replacement hood that cost me $25, the sight was like brand new again. It didn't even lose zero. That sold me on EOTech forever. One additional bonus of the EOTech is that it's night vision compatible, which I do find myself using as well. The sacrificial glass on the unit is Lexan, and I custom cut it and attached it using plastic epoxy. Behind the main optic, I installed another Brain Exploder Mobius camera mount, this time for a wide-angle camera that works as a selfie camera. This simply allows me an edit or cut point when making videos for you guys to watch. The magazine release on the lower receiver is a combination of both the Knights Armament Company release on the right side of the rifle and the Troy Ambi release on the left side. The oversized mag release makes dropping a mag super easy and fast, even with gloved hands, and the Troy release allows me the same capability when reloading for my support side. All credit is due for this great idea to Ronan of the Green Mountain Rangers. This just works perfectly. For the pistol grip, I'm running a Magpul MOE grip in flat dark earth. The grip is simple and comfortable with decent grip, and I haven't found the need to stipple it yet along with the foregrip, although I'm considering it. And right above the pistol grip, I have a Magpul enhanced trigger guard installed, which allows me to have a roomier trigger guard area, especially with gloved hands. The rifle's end plate is a Magpul ASAP. I absolutely love this sling attachment point over a quick disconnect because the sling will slide from side to side while transitioning. This completely stops the sling from binding up in a transition and, again, lends itself to the ambidextrous setup of the rifle. Coupled with a Magpul RSA directly in front of the EOTech and a Magpul MS3 sling, I can go from a single point to a dual point sling very quickly. The Systema crane stock was perfect for my needs as it'll house either a 9.6 nunchuck style battery for normal gameplay and training, or an 11.1 LiPo for ops and bigger games. Since the 11.1 works the motor a little harder but delivers awesome trigger response, I try to limit its use and save the internals of the rifle when I can. Under the hood, the internals are bone stock except for one upgrade, the Red Wolf Airsoft CNC machined hop-up unit. I love this unit for its simple adjustability with the rotary dial, and the larger contact patch is also a nice added bonus. Since I personally installed the Red Wolf unit, I haven't had any issues with it at all, and it's been rock solid under the hood. I highly recommend it. Overall, I feel an M4 platform with a shorter barrel suits all of my needs best. It can be extended with the use of a suppressor, or brought down to CQB lengths if necessary. Unlike less common rifles like the Steyr AUG or the Farmos, for example, I feel the M4 platform allows for the most on and off gun accessories, and it's the most flexible platform on the market today. It can be built to be completely ambidextrous and is very easy to move with, transition, and score hits on target with. With endless custom options, it's really hard to beat, but the Ultimate AEG is really what you're most comfortable with, and if you train properly with it, I'm sure you can get as comfortable with whatever rifle you choose. The whole point of it is that airsoft is a completely unique sport, unique to the operator, unique to the player, and it's about getting comfortable with your setup, and it's about finding that setup over time when you've evolved with your equipment. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more gear reviews, please let me know in the comments below.